Hey everyone, I'm Suzanne, and today I'm going to show you how to set up portfolios for middle school language arts using Google Sites. So, your end product, when you're done looking through these resources, your students are going to set up something that looks like this. So it's using Google Sites, they're going to have a home page, it's their language arts portfolio. On their home page, they can include all kinds of fun information about themselves. So in the beginning of the school year, I had my students do something called #MyStory, where they designed slides and answered questions and used images to answer those questions. So you could do something like that. I also have students fill out a reading inventory through Google Forms, so you might include something like that, and responses. The next section in the portfolio is going to be exemplars. So students in the lesson will learn how to select exemplars. An example of an exemplar might be an essay they wrote that they're really proud of, they worked really hard on. All of these artifacts can be pulled from their Google Drive, so if they're writing in Google Docs or in slides, anything, or they can be uploaded as Word documents as well. Another artifact might be an independent reading project to show progress and understanding for books they're reading, or just really any outstanding work that they feel really confident in that shows their learning progress and their personality. So the next section that will be in this is a reflection section. And so really in their reflection page, they could use a reflection log. So this might be slides where students are answering certain questions, dates, activity, their achievement, and this is something that you could keep track of for numerous assignments. They could also do a reflection right on their portfolio, right in their portfolio. So there's this great resource, Reflective Questions, and then they could just add a text box to their portfolio and answer some of those questions. You might have some formal reflections that you've already created. So you could just assign that in a Google Doc and they could answer those questions and add it to their portfolio, or just a simple reflection paragraph. The last section of the portfolio is the journal, and in this they might be keeping a journal in the class. So for this, the example, students would be answering questions in slides as warm-ups. But I also like the idea of this commonplace space, so anything that they really love or inspire, this is really their part of the portfolio to show who they are, what they're passionate about, express some of their personality, and just really think about who they are as writers and readers and students. So this is hopefully what the end product will look like. Let me show you a little bit about what those resources are that I have to offer you. So all of this will be organized in a Google Doc. So you see the title here, Create Interactive Student Portfolios with Google Sites. I talk about why portfolios are important and the benefits of a digital portfolio. Many of us have experiences with the manila folders, still great, but if you can have access to computer labs or laptops, there are lots of other benefits to staying organized and keeping it student-centered and having access in multiple locations. So the first item that students can work through is a warm-up, and essentially the warm-up is an activity that will help them start thinking about what a portfolio is and why it's important to keep one for a class. And then once they've done the warm-up, and there's extensions listed as well and space in this document for you to take notes, they'll do a two-part lesson. So the first part of the lesson, so here's the lesson plan with the learning targets and the materials. The first part is really getting them to look at some essays and think about what is a developing essay, what's proficient, what's exemplary, so that they'll be able to pick out their exemplary work for this portfolio. And you'll have a class discussion as well. The second part of the activity is having the students actually set up and create their Google Site portfolio. So in terms of the essay jigsaw, where they're looking at different levels of essays, there's a reflective document that you can assign to them or print off. And then as for the a component where the students build their Google Site portfolio, there is a visual aid that you can assign to students. And this takes them through the instructions from actually getting to the Google Sites, how to create a new one, naming it, creating the different pages in their Google Site, and how to add artifacts. So students can use this visual to walk themselves through building the Google Site. And there will also be a video tutorial to help them as well. So they can use that and pause and create the site if they need a little bit more of an interactive way of setting up the portfolio. So in the end, the students will understand why portfolios are important. They will also actually create their portfolios using Google Sites, and they will know how to add artifacts to the portfolios. Ideally, there will be other lessons that we can add to this, midway through the quarter, where students can reflect on their work and actually go in and start adding items. Students love to get creative with Google Sites. It's organized, it's pretty streamlined, the interface is great, and they have a lot of fun with it. And giving them a template to get organized so that you know where things are is really important, but then it's also going to be a lot of fun for them to make it their own and be proud of their awesome work. Have fun with it. Good luck. Email me at svandrijk@fcps.edu if you have any questions. Thanks.